Welcome to Change Your POV podcast. This is Motivation Monday,
where perspective is the vantage point of success.
Between stimulus and response, there is a space, and that space is our power to choose our response. And our response lies our growth and our freedom. Viktor Frankl. Hey everybody, Duane, host of Headspace and Timing. Good morning, hoping you're having a good day. This quote is one that I often tell the veterans I work with as a mental health counselor. Viktor Frankl was an amazing individual, one of the leading members of the history of psychology, a leading neurologist in the 20th century. He understood not just the theoretical applications of what he was doing, but actual practical applications. Viktor Frankl was a concentration camp survivor, ended up writing The Man's Search for Meaning, and was one of the founders of logotherapy, or the founder of logotherapy, and a very humanistic, individual-centered version of psychotherapy. The idea here, and he's responding to the behaviorists who said that all we are basically higher order mammals, higher order animals, that we're just relying on stimulus and response. The old Pavlov's dog, you ring the bell, the dog salivates. Veterans recognize this. The loud noise goes off, we react. The commander calls the unit to attention, we go to attention. Stimulus and response is an actual very effective way of learning. I mean, heck, airborne school was the biggest brainwashing, if that's what you want to say, but the green light goes on and you jump out the airplane, and it's patterns of learned behavior, weeks after weeks after weeks of throwing yourself on the ground, so that when the green light goes on, all you do is jump out the window. Now, of course, between that stimulus, the actual response you want to do is jump out the airplane, because you don't want to be a jump refusal. And all my airborne brethren know that. But in our post-military lives, we can understand that there is a space between when something happens and when we formulate, or when we actually take action in response to that. In the space between when somebody says something to piss us off and we respond to them, or in that space when someone tells us no, or something that we do doesn't work out, and we spiral down in depression. In between when something happens and we take action, there is a space, and as long as we're aware of that space. In the very beginning, that space may be minuscule, it may be paper thin, but if we can take the time to widen that space, turn that space into seconds, turn that space into a minute, and if we're aware of both our thoughts and the space in between the stimulus and response, we have the ability to choose a path that's more effective for us, that's more beneficial for us, that we're able to actually get some things done. In between that stimulus and response, that's where we grow, and that's where we can become free from other people trying to make us respond, free from the stimulus in the world around us. That's when we actually become masters and mistresses of our own fate, if that's the way you want to look at it. So between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space is our power to choose our response. Figuring out where that space is and using that space appropriately is the path to your growth and your freedom. Hope this was helpful for you, and I hope you have a good day.